Hi guys, my name is Clinton Felix. You are welcome to this YouTube channel, and today we are going to be discussing some of the latest impacts on Facebook ads by the iOS 14 implementation that has just been rolled out. And before I continue, I would like you to click the like button so that the YouTube algorithm can show this video to more people and provide more content for them. Now, in the previous months leading up to now, Facebook has been warning that there is an update coming up by Apple called the iOS 14 update, and Facebook has been saying that this will critically impact the ability of the platform to retarget. And this is because the iOS 14, in the way it works, and the updates in the way it works, it is basically trying to say to the users, would you like Facebook to continue to target you and to show you more relevant content? Now everybody knows that everybody feels like they are being tracked online, and that is a huge blow for Facebook. But in the context of advertising, if you've been doing anything like Facebook ads in the past or in any recent time, you will actually realize that this has already begun to take a toll since that implementation happened in early May. And you see, one of the things that we are finding is that the ROAS, that is the return on ad spend that we are experiencing, have significantly been affected. In fact, in some ad accounts, in some ads, we are finding that the ROAS, which used to be somewhere around 12x, 15x, 20x, or even a bit lower, has dropped significantly, by several margins. And this has been consistent over time. And one of the things that I set out to do was to really find out how we could, mitigate against what's happening, and that's why I'm making this video. So you may be in that situation where you are asking yourself, so what exactly am I supposed to do? My ads are not performing well again, and you see, this is basically because of retargeting. And if you understand Facebook ads, you know that retargeting is where the game is. Retargeting is where you make your money off on Facebook. And you see, the retargeting has been drastically affected, and this is basically because of the iOS 14 implementation, which has affected the attribution window of Facebook. Now, the default attribution window of Facebook used to be 28 days. So that means that anybody who has taken a conversion event after he has clicked on one of your ads, within the 28 days, within the past 28 days from the time within the following 28 days from the time when he clicked on that ad, will be attributed to that ad. So you find that even after 28 days, a person who later comes back to buy because you keep retargeting and following him about on the internet, gets attributed to that particular ad from which he buys. Now, this is basically going to go away because you find that attribution window which used to be 28 days has now shrunk to about 7 days. So this is one of the reasons why the iOS 14 isn't going to be very good, at least to the much of what we know now. It is not going to be very good for advertising and advertisers. At least it's already taking a toll. So what can you do to mitigate against that? You may be asking. I'm going to give you some suggestions because I've made some research, and based off of the data that we have gathered over the past few days, I can safely recommend this to you. Now, this is not going to be exhaustive because I know that as we move forward, it's likely that we would have better ways of retargeting, which will make the previous ways in which we do our retargeting very obsolete. So keep an eye on this channel so that you can be updated when it happens. So the first thing that you need to consider is improving or increasing your audience pool. In retargeting, you see, you basically try to show again your ad to people who have taken a conversion ad, an upper funnel conversion event or conversion action. So what you want to do is you want to increase that pool. You want to increase the number of people who you are trying to retarget, number of people who you are following again because they have taken an upper funnel conversion action. Because like I said to you, the attribution window has already been shrunk. So that means Facebook is not able to see people beyond a particular, beyond a particular day, beyond a certain day, a certain date, that is 7 days from the time when your ad has been clicked. So that means that every conversion event or conversion action that takes place after that period of time will not be tracked, will not be measured, and will not be attributed by Facebook. So what you want to do is that you want to increase this retargeting audience pool that you are working with. And what it's going to do effectively is that it will give Facebook more data to work with. Now, don't get me wrong, Facebook has a lot of data. I certainly know that. I mean, we have over 2.5 billion active users. We actually are aware of the power and the magnanimity of Facebook. We know all of that, but this is taking a toll. It's so about 30% of the audience have been affected, basically, and in its ability to retarget. So we still are aware that Facebook can still come back to this. I mean, they are quite a big company. They are putting in a lot of resources to make sure that this is sorted out very, very quickly. So, but this is one thing you can do to mitigate against that. Increase your audience, your retargeting audience. So that means that maybe if you used to have your retargeting pool to be a 30 days website visits audience, you can consider making that a 180 days, 90 days, and basically because you are trying to increase that audience pool so that you can give Facebook more data to work with, and in essence it will give Facebook more opportunity to better attribute those who are taking actions on your ad account, or on that particular ad that you're running. And the next thing you may want to do is because you're finding that maybe your ads aren't really performing well. You want to shut down your budget or cut it down. Now, I would say to you, I think if you want to, you should consider that, and that is because you see, personally, I use a CBO in most cases, and in some cases, when I'm trying to test out some things, I use CBO, and then the combination of the ABO also in very specific cases. But what you can do is that you can also leverage that, because a CBO basically leverages on the algorithm of Facebook to sort out and fund more the ad that is performing better. So you want to leverage on that one, and then you also do not want to spend more than you should on an ad that is not performing well. So you want to try to cut down on your budget if you think that this budget compared to what it used to be and what it used to perform is not commensurate. So it's okay to cut down your budget and really test it out and see if this is something that you should consider scaling out on, or maybe shutting down and trying to rebuild in a different approach. So these are two major aspects that if you could implement these things, you most likely will see a better improvement. Like I said, it's not going to be exhaustive because it's already here. The iOS 14 update is here, and we are. I believe it's going to be around for some time, and but I still also believe that Facebook will find a way to work out a strategy, work out a mitigating effect, so that we the advertisers do not have this recurring effect in the long run. And I would also advise you, if you have other audience pools, like you could consider making um, a an audience pool from maybe your page interactors, people who have watched your videos, and like your Instagram, audiences, all those sort of things. Because, like I said, basically what you want to do is you want to feed Facebook with more and more data so that Facebook can use that data and get you better results. Remember, Facebook ads basically is about data. So you want to give Facebook more data and give them more leverage so that they can get you results using the data that you have fed them with. So I think that's all, and you should be able to see some significant improvements with of all of these strategies if you can implement them. So let me just recap. So first of all, you want to increase your audience that you are marketing to. That is very, very important. Increase the audience pool, because you are most likely to see better results if you do that. So instead of doing a 30 days, you can do a 180 days website visitors, 90 days website visitors. Don't restrict that. Try out different things. You can even try it out with a normal interest, demographic interest targeting, detailed interest targeting. You can try that out, try the combination and see what is working. Because what you want to do, like I've always been saying, is to give Facebook more opportunity give Facebook more data to work with, so that they can, work with that data, get you results, and in the long run, you see better improvements in your ad. Then about your attribution, you can also try to improve that with, like I already suggested to you, you can use your budget. You see, try to reduce your budget, try to shrink down your budget if you think that you are spending more than you should, because you see that's the case right now, and you want to be very, very alert, and you want to make sure that you're not spending more than you are supposed to be spending on any ad at any particular period in time. So once again, thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much. I hope that I was able to add some value to you. And in the meantime, my name is Clinton Felix once again, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember to smash that like button and subscribe to the page. We will be coming along with better, more inspiring, and more informative content on marketing, Facebook ads, and the likes of it. So till I come your way next time, I'll see you, Clinton Felix here. Thank you.